Hello and welcome to today's video. In today's video, we're going to do some interactive, and I just want to qualify that linked in my description box down below. Hi Cordelia, the very first link goes to a blog called Simply Simple Stamping, and I learned this from watching Connie. And I do link to the specific blog post. Make one of these in a short, and then she gives the instructions of the measurements, but she doesn't give the instructions. You do need to be a member. I'm not a member, and so, but I just watched her short. But anyway, it's kind of a fun little interactive. I was going to use this for my Trinity stamps, but I wouldn't have been able to properly credit her, so I decided to use it for my live instead. And hey, Teresa. Hey, Maddie. Hey, Andrea. So, but I'm going to go a different direction. I'm not going to do cutesy. I'm going to do shabby chic. And I came up with an alternate plan here, which has two pop-ups. So that's what I'm going to attempt. And the notification hasn't hit. That's crazy. Hi, Susie. Hi, Lori. That's crazy. I did not know that. So I'm going to, modify this the best I can so that it works with two layers. And I've taken out, I pre-made a frame for the back layer, and then I'm going to have florals. That's the plan anyway. Um, So let me take a sip of my coffee here. The frame was cut out of this, and I have no idea where this set came from. Where's the rest of it? I've had it for as long as I can remember, which, sometimes is only a minute, but so it's got this one out here, and then it's got this little one here, and then it's got this one here. No idea. No clue where it came from. Is it marked anywhere? No. So, no clue. Anyway, I'm sure that you may have something similar. Don't know. Any frame. The GinaK frames are great, and it doesn't even have to be a frame. So we're going to start by building the foundation. And I want to do something like this, only I've picked a kind of a more, this is more of a, it looks yellow on camera, but it's kind of a weird pink. So it's sort of a peachy pink. And I'm going to cut my base layer, and that's going to be 4 by 5 1/4. I mean, 4 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So I'll cut that first. Cut 5 1/2, and I'm going to mat front and back. 5 1/2. No, 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 no. 4 1/4. Pay attention. I'm already confusing myself. And I've got this. Whoops, dang it, Bobby. I've got this 12 by 12 paper that came from a paper pad, probably from Michael's, because that's where I used to buy them. And I'm going to be using this side as my inner layer. I'm going to have to use my big chopper for that. Come on, you heavy guy. And I want to make sure I get some of that pink in there. So I'll cut down a 4-inch piece. See, it's got this top thing on that it doesn't allow me to cut the way I want to cut. So I'm just going to cut that right off. You're going, no, what? What? You broke me. Oh, when I was about to cut it wrong. Yeah. Measure twice, cut once. So we're going to go 4. I'm going to put this bad boy away because he takes up my whole space. Yeah, I was about to cut wrong. Wasn't paying attention. So let's go 5 1/4 and 5 1/4. And guys, I'm kind of winging this here. you know, I didn't, again, I didn't follow her instructions because I didn't watch them. I just watched her do a short video. Let's get that glued down. I've been so busy today, and Mike woke me up super early, and it's most of the time I'm fine, but today I was like, oh, this is not glue. T, come on now. See, I'm already breaking things. This is stellar paste. I'm sure it'll be fine, but let's use glue. Your ginger creamsicle, what the heck are you talking about? I gotta know. Inquiring minds want to know. I'm hoping that white doesn't ooze out because it's very, very white. This will give this kind of foundation base some strength. Ugh. Flip it over and do this side. Cordelia, I want to know. I don't have ads on at all on my lives. I turn them on afterwards, but I'm hoping you're not getting ads when I have monetization turned off for my lives. Ah, dang it, Bobby. I'm just full of mistakes today. Wipe that off before my hands get dirty. And do wipe your mess, girl. Hey, Susie. Another, so we got two Susies going here, a Susie and a Susie. So, and then there is a piece, this is the front. There is a piece that goes right here. And I want to decide, I need it to not be any wider than that piece. So let's go 3.5. Oops, banged into that. Let's go 3.5. Let's go 3 3/4. And by about 3. The real Susie, will the real Slim Shady please stand up? I'm going to do some fancy corners on this because we're doing it up fancy. And I always do these upside down so I can make sure I get the actual corner in there. Yeah, that'll work. Yeah, the Simply Simple Stamping, she has a lot of great interactive card tutorials and ideas. She's a Stampin' Up person. I'm gonna place that right about there. That's the front. And I probably should have stamped on there before I put everything together. But I'm not necessarily sure that I'm not going to use a die cut, so we'll just leave it at that. I'm going to flip it over, and I want something on the back too. And what I wanted to do, just for kicks and giggles, was make kind of a little pocket on the back that you could tuck, you know, gift card or whatever. Hey, Donna. Hey, Peggy. So I'm going to go ahead and glue that down. You don't want too much because you have a sliding mechanism. But I like to have this down before I put down my belly band slider piece because that way I can make sure that I get it thick enough, wide enough, you know, fold it over enough. Words are hard. Let's put a little. And I'm not doing any inking tonight. Hi, Shanna. Good to see you. I didn't do a very straight job of cutting that out, did I? But that's okay. Okay. Now, we need the piece. Let me just put the, because I need to cut some pieces now. And let's use scraps first. I need a piece that is 2 3/4 by 1.5. That's 2.5. Well, let's go 1.5. And 2 3/4. And that piece is going to get scored at 1/2 inch on each side. Flip it over, do 1/2 inch on this side, and bend that this way, and bend this. Don't really need to bend that, but I'm going to bend it anyway. And this is going to get glued down about 5/8 of an inch down. So let me grab the ruler that measures the way I want it to. Hi, Reagan. Let's get to the 0 here so that I have it zeroed out. So this should read 2 1/8 on each side, and there's 5/8. Put a magnet down. Look, I already got that dirty. How did I do that? Golly, T. Oink, oink. Okay. We'll glue this little piece down. I probably should use tape. You know what? In fact, I think I will. Just because that way we don't have any accidents. And you know the kind I'm talking about when you glue it and it rips your paper. Let me get my tape out. You guys see my tweezers? Here they are. Okay, and I'm going to, the only thing is once you stick this down, it is stuck. So I want to make sure that it's kind of centered. That looks about right. And I'll just stick that down. Okay, now I know it's good and stuck. I need to make this piece right here, which this is 3 3/4 by 5 1/4. See if I have a scrap big enough before I go cutting into this. Yes, I do. Oh, that was sweet of you. I did pop in for a minute, but I was busy trying to prep here. Oops, I got a crooked line there, so let's start over here. 3 3/4 by 5 1/4. Now what I did differently is going to be on the belly band part. So this ends up being actually a little too long, but I'd rather trim it down than try and do the math because I don't like that. I'm going to score that at 2 inches rather than 1.5. No, I'm going to still score it at 1.5, I think. Thinking about it. Yeah, I'm still going to score it at 1.5. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and fancy up the corners on this, but let me Let me measure that and cut a matte layer for that too. Where did my measuring stick go? Okay. Hi, Gaz. Hi, Vicky. This is 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. Okay, so I need to go 3.5 by 3.5. Put you over here where I can find you. Now, guys, I'm using my stash. I bought nothing new for this thing. And I want to go, where did the, here it is. I want to make sure I match them up. It's these small touches that really make a difference. That down. No, I marked it on there myself. That line was not on there. I do not mind putting marks and things on my supplies. You should see my baking table. I write on it with my Sharpie, my favorite recipes, my, like my sourdough recipe. So I don't have to look it up every time. And I used to have that kind of stuff memorized, but anymore, I just don't quite remember if it's 325 grams of water or 300. And so I have it with Sharpie on my little work table. Okay. So now I need to make my belly band. And my belly band, I am not going to try embellish because, and I'm going to go ahead and just cut completely. Hers calls for 9.5 inches. I'm going to leave mine at 11. And I'm going to cut it at 2 inches where hers calls for 1.5. Yep, I'm from the US, but when I cook bread and things like that, I measure in grams. So now what I want to do is I want to get my folds on here so I can find the center. And so this is why I wanted to add all those extra layers before I did this. And I'm just going to kind of hold this up against here. I need more hands, please. Every time I try to measure this, it never works, but it always works just fine if I just fold it over. Try and get that as straight as I can. I'm just folding. I'm not really burnishing much. You see, this belly band is going to cover that, so I could put something, and I probably will maybe put something over it. So next thing I want to do on this belly band is I want to cut, and it's going to take a couple of cuts. I want to cut the little dip. Now on her, she cuts just the front and not the back, and I guess I could do that. But I need to cut like a thumb notch so you have a way to grab it. Yeah, it's just more accurate measurements, and I'd rather kind of be accurate. So I'm just gonna do the front, but I'm gonna have to take it over to my vagabond, I think. I am gonna tape this down. So on my prototype, I did front and back. It was a little bit of a pain, but I just feel like it's easier to grab, so I might still do that. So come here, kitty. Oops. Kitty's got a magnet on her. I'm just kind of eyeballing the center. And Connie, the person that does that blog, she had a punch. So I'm gonna go my Vagabond with my stainless steel platform thing and hope that it cuts all the way through, but it probably won't. And I think I better, you know what? I just lost my spot. I better tape it shut. It still needs to be open because we need to do another step to it, but this step needs to get out of the way. All right, let's try that again. Punches are handy. It's still really hard to punch through 2 layers, for sure. Actually, 3 layers because it's all folded up. The only thing about my Vagabond is it marks up my paper. Oh, it looks like it almost cut all the way through. Good. So I'll just pull this tape off and then I'll run it back through that last layer. Oh, this thing is. Need another tape. Yeah. I love, love, love my punches. I wish I had more. I would like lots of different shapes of leaves and flowers. You know, I was looking, I was going to do a lot of florals on this, but I don't have hardly any florals. And I guess I was thinking I'd use my, this calls for confetti honeysuckle, but I guess I sold them. Silly me. Okay. Yeah. So now my piece has a notch on both sides. And my tape wants to be a stinker. There we go. Now I'm going to untape this back. Okay, and then this. Remember how it goes. I'm going to have this open out like this. I'm going to go ahead and make sure that it's in the middle again. And I may just use a little bit of tape to tape it down so it doesn't move on me. Like it just did. Let's see, maybe right here. Now this piece needs to get taped down. Oh yeah, this needs to tape down to this. You guys, like I said, I'm winging this. Let's make this like a little hinge right here. Open that out. Well, no, it's not going to be a hinge. So you see how this sits a little bit higher? I need that. I probably shouldn't have cut that. Let's put it right here. That's about right. Tape is my friend. It's probably going to hang down a little bit there, and so I'll probably have to trim it off. Let's see. Nope, it's going to be fine. So I'm going to fold this up, and I will use glue for this part, not a biggie. Lay this in here. Make sure that it's centered. And just fold this down like so. Oh, what did I do? What did I do? I put it upside down. I'm a dork. I'm a dork. I'm a dork. See? This is what happens. Okay, I have to think this through. This goes. Yeah, I have it glued down right. I just have the wrong side. It should have been glued to this. Should it? Yeah. Make sure it's centered. Okay, that's how it should be. Now I got that dirty, so I'm going to have to cover that with something. Hey, Elizabeth. So then this goes. Yeah, okay. I'm going to lay this on here and glue it together. Glue here. And I'm going to glue here. Put just a little glue around this little opening. And close that shut. I'm not going to press too hard because I don't want my glue oozing out. Oh, she did? You're kidding me. For the mini or for the regular? Okay, I can take this tape off. I can go ahead and pull this down. Pull this down. All right, what did I do? What did I do? What did I do? Where are we stuck? Okay. I want to pull this down. I'm going to lay this piece down. Sorry, guys, but it's hard to teach something that you didn't invent. Oh no, I should put tape. Forget that glue. Let's go with tape. Tape will be better. Dinner hamburger. Yum. Okay. Turn that off. Find our tweezers. Okay, I'm going to even this up at the bottom. Lay that down. And lay this down. And how did you get crooked? So now this is going to open up like that. I'm going to have to figure out, maybe do another matte layer there. I don't know. How I got that dirty is beyond me. So see, this is a little bit higher, but I'm just going to let it be higher. Just have to put it in a bigger envelope. Whatever. Whatever. Okay, so now I need my pieces that are going to hold all my goodies. So we have this pop-up situation. So these pieces should be 1.5 by 5.5. And I can trim them down to whatever I need. But I'm going to start at the 5.5 mark. Need 2 of them. I almost feel like I could make, I'm going to try that. So this should be about 4 1/8 by 1 7/8. Let's see if I can make that work. The trick is going to be getting the cut in there. I want to, though, because I feel like it'll look better since I got it dirty like a piggy. Where is that? Where is that die? Here it is. Oh, you have a Zoom with your local friends? How fun. Oh, I've got tape here. I don't need more. So if I hold this up here, I'm going to need this to be I'm just going to wing it right there. Be right back. I'm going to go cut that out. We'll see if it works. It'll either work or it won't, right? No, it's weird. Okay. So the best thing I can do is just trim this off. Okay. We'll just trim that off about 1/4 of an inch. So this was 1 7/8. Let's try here. See what we get. That'll work. Hey, Delise. Just to kind of cover up my sloppy mess. I see why this doesn't work, but I'm just going to make it work-ish. I've got dirt there too. What the heck? Okay, so we've got, so far, we've got this movement going on. And so now I need to make my things. And so these I'm going to score at 1/2 inch, inch, 1.5 inches, and 2 inches. Inch, 1.5 inches, and 2. Inch, 1.5 inches, and 2. And then this is just going to get folded like into a box. So what I'm going to do, and I like to do it like this. I like to go like this and then fold this down like so, because I want it to be able to fold both ways. I'll go ahead and burnish that a bit, and I'm going to use tape. So just feel like tape is always better in these kind of hold everything together situations. Pull my tape back and then fold this up like so. And now I like to go this way and score and burnish again so that both ways that it goes, it'll flatten. Okay, and I'll do the same to this one. Burnish you. Hey, Amalia. So just want to mention that on March 2nd, live all day for 12 hours, we are having a 12-hour Cards for Cubs marathon. I will have 4 guests on my channel, and this is hosted by Lynn Van of LV Handcrafted. And so I'll be doing some prep. Did I do that wrong? No, I didn't. Okay. I've got both of these, and how I want them to sit. They need to sit so that they are going forward like this. And how did I do this? I did one on top of the other. Let me see. How did I do that? Okay, I did one in front of the other. Okay. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to use my pencil against my better judgment, but I really want this centered. And this is 1.5 inches. So I'm going to zero out here. And I know this should be 2 1/4 on either side. So there's 1 inch, so I should have 3/4 from the 0. And that's where it needs to lay. So I'm going to add glue, or I'm going to add my tape. Yeah, this scoreboard is, We Are Memory Keepers. I've had it forever. Some tape right here. And this is going to get taped down right like so. Make sure that I can still, everything will still fold. Okay, pray I'm doing this right, because sometimes my brain, sometimes this little brain of mine doesn't like to let it shine. Okay, tape on this side. So the replay is always available, and you can always speed it up, you know, if you want to try and recreate this whole situation. And it's not quite going as far as I needed it to. Let's push you up. There we go. Now I can just kind of bend this forward a little. Okay, bye Peggy, take care. Now I'm going to do the next one, and I'm just going to do this right. Where did I say I did that? I want to do it right in front of this one. So I want this one to be much, much shorter. So I'm going to go ahead and trim it now. And I'm going to trim about, I'm just eyeballing here. I think I'm going to trim it to about 2.5 inches total. I'm going to do the same thing. Add tape right here. Oh, do not stick there. Tape right here. Then all we have left to do is decorate. I thought this would be a fun one for the mystery craft along, except for I would be remiss in trying to write the instructions. I'd probably want to, you know, gouge my eyes out with a screwdriver trying to get it figured out. Okay, and I'm going to lay you right here. Make sure you go both ways. Hey, Ellen. Did I say hi to you, Sonia? If not, hey. Sometimes I can't remember whether I said hi to somebody or not. Okay, and we're just going to lay you down, give you a push. And there we have our mechanisms. Now, this was, try measuring from the right end of the stick, girl. This was 3 by 3 and 1/4, so I need to go 2 3/4 by 3. Thanks. Thank you. Go 3. Go 2 3/4. Am I thinking that right? I don't know if I am or not. No, I'm not. Golly, that's some fuzzy math. Um, this was 3. Move, mister. I'm running out of room. Okay, this was 3 3/4, so it needed to be 3 1/2. All right. What is this called? I don't know. But I have a link in the description. What is wrong with my brain today? I do not know. Something is horribly, horribly wrong. Something is not computing. Okay, there we go. Oh yeah, wait a second. Maybe I do have the name of it. Slider pop-up card, and I am modifying her instructions. So these are her 2 cards. I'm modifying her instructions to my liking. Just because I want to. Because that's what's the fun about it all, is to use, stretch your imagination. And the only reason I'm putting another thing on here is because I made a hot mess. Because I'm a sloppy slob. Oh, you should have seen all the chocolate all over me from the cookies I made today. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's not super colorful, but this is only the bones, my friend. It's only the bones. So now it's time for the meat. Let me find, first of all, my frame. Where did I put my frame? The frame is going to go here. And it's still, shabby chic. It's not, and I think I do want to make it taller, and Jimmy cracked corn and I don't care. This is just a piece of tissue. And then I cut a piece of vellum with this die because I have to have something, backing my frame. I think I'll go like that with it. And then I'll glue that to something else. And then she's going inside. So I need to do something to her because she's the wrong. Listen, if you look at this, she's kind of purpley, even though she's supposed to be black and white. And this I got from Sweet Pea Studios. No, maybe that's the name of it. I'm going to do a little inking on that. So oh golly. Oh no, Delise, your poor doggo. She must be fed up with her doggo. And this isn't the cleanest, but it's not the greatest to use with this paper either. So I think, in fact, what I'll do instead is just lay a piece of scrap paper down underneath. I just don't want to get ink all over my surface here and then not notice. So I'm going to go with 3 colors on her. I'm going to start out with some cookie dough. And trust me, friends, I'm going very light with this. So I'm just inking up my thing and then just tamping off. And I'm just going to come in a little bit of cookie dough here. because she kind of just clashes. Let's go a little bit right here too. And then I'm going to come in with some breakup blue. Put this away. Oh, barking loud, is she? Little brat. Quiet over there. So I'm using dye ink. I don't want to use the distress would be better. The distress colors, they would match better, but nah, I'm not going to. And all I'm doing is just very lightly coming over with just a little bit of color. Nothing major, nothing freaky, nothing that screams not afraid of color. This is Sidewalk Chalk, and I've recently re-inked this one, so it's pretty inky. And there, she's subtly colored, but nothing major, nothing screaming. She's got to go. And I'm not entirely sure how I want to put this together yet, so just bear with me. Maybe I want to see. I don't like that. I don't like it. I don't like it. Let's see how I like it on this. Yeah, I think I like that a little bit better, but this is still a little bit dark for me. If I go like this, then it's really boring. There's not enough, pizzazz. So let me think about this. What should I do? What should I do? What should I do? Um, Let me look at my vellum. Maybe not pink. Maybe this green right here. Yes, that works for me. So, what time is it? Okay. I want to silver this up. So that's what I'm going to do, and I'll show you how. Going to use some luster wax. I've used this one on gold, but I don't mind using it on silver too. So let's get a scrap piece of paper again. I'm just going to use this little itty bitty brush. Usually I use the bigger ones, but I don't know where I put them. Just going to get the wax on the brush and just brush it on. Okay, Reagan. See ya. Oh shoot, my keyboard battery's low. It's gonna have to get over it because I'm not gonna plug it in right now. My phone's plugged in. I'm not grunging anything up today, so I'm going to leave this at its pretty little silver. And it smells good. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and glue that down. Da-da. Do, be-do, 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 do, do, do. I think I'm allowed to sing that song. Okay, and then let's grab her and get her glued inside of here. To lift a little. I should have glued her first. Wasn't thinking. There we go. Trim off the excess. Yes, I do like with glue sticking out over there. Golly, I don't drive it. Sometimes I miss it, sometimes, but not that often. Try not to get the other side too dirty if I can help it, because you'll be able to see it. Okay. Now I'm going to put probably some butterflies and stuff in there. So this is going to get glued right here, like so. So I'm going to add glue. Let's pull you down, push you up, pull you down, pull you up. And I'm just going to add glue all over this piece right here. Try and get her centered best I can. I didn't get her centered very well. Thanks, Cordelia. Now I can trim this off even more. And this, you know, she's a little bit flippy floppy because that frame is heavy. But I have taken out all of these flowers. And these are Stamperia, I think. It's either that or Graphic 45. I can't remember. But I want to put some flowers on the frame. Maybe one right up here in the corner, but before I do, I think I want to grab some lace. Because remember, we're doing shabby chic here. Do I want this lace or do I want something else? I think I want to just use this portion of the lace. Not so long. Thank you, Maddie. So you could do a sentiment right there if you wanted to, but I'm going to do flowers. And I'm going to have them kind of coming out like this. Hopefully I have enough. Oh, come on, stick for me, would you please? We'll just let that sit there and not touch it for a minute. And let's grab some more of this. Let's grab some of this. And lay it down. I know I had another little piece of that meshy lace. Where did I put it? Here it is. Lay that down. I got a song in my heart, love in my soul. No, that just was stupid. Yeah, but I do love you guys. These are going to take a minute to take hold. Little yellow one over here. And I am being super generous with the glue there. I don't want another peony. I think this is a peony. What? Stick where you're supposed to stick. Stay. Bye, Sonia. Thank you for coming. Hi, Betty Penny. Okay, what else? What other food? I think I'll pop this one up a little bit. Why not? Why not? Because I can. I just want the proper popping material here. Something fairly good size. There we go. But not too poppy. Lurking is okay. I do it all the time. Which flower was I looking at? This one? Yeah. Oh no, look up. So here we are so far. With our florals popping up. I need more. I need more. Another one right here. That one is not sticking yet. Let's do this one right here. You need to get out of the way. You can come up here, I guess. Hey, Tanya. Oh, that's so sweet of you. Thank you. Uh, want another one right here. Ba-doo, ba-doo, ba-doo. No, I don't want the yellow rules. I need my glue to grab better. It's hard to grab onto this silvery stuff. And I pretty much covered the silver. Is that all the... I have... Oh, I like this one too. I can make that one peeking in from the back. Stick. You guys need to stick like I asked you to. I'm not sure I love that. Yeah, no, I don't. So I'm going to fix it so that I do love it. Um, bum, 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 bum. Get that glue off. This sticky tape on instead. There. Da 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 da. Okay. Oh no, I got something sticky on that flower. These guys aren't sticking. Nobody wants to stick. All right, fine. I'm getting out the big guns. I know it's different for me. I thought that I would just go different for a change. I do like Shabby Chic a lot, actually. Um, and I don't typically do people, but there are some people that I'm willing to do. And that would be like Victorian ladies that are, you know, sort of artsy looking. There, that'll stick. How about you guys? Are you stuck? Yeah, you seem to be stuck. Are you guys stuck? Yeah, you seem to be stuck. Okay, so here is so far. Now I am going to flip this over because remember we did this little pocket in the back, but that looks funky NASA. So I can decorate that any way I want. And I think I'm going to add this right here. I want something there too. What else do I have here in the pile? Oh, I think this will stick here, no problem. It's just that other stuff was trying to stick to that silver. Wait, I want this first. What am I doing? My gosh, pay attention, T. I want to make sure I have that up above where the finger grab is. Let's do... I'm so trying to use my stash, you guys. That's the thing. So, stick something in that pocket. And right there is where the sentiment would go. You can have that card sitting up like that. It's kind of bumpy because I've got, you know, dimensional stuff on the back, but let's see if I can find a sentiment that makes me happy. I don't think so. Hey, Amy. Um, you guys know I'm not a big fan of sentiments, but I do like these Tim Holtz things. This one, The Winter Days Pass Slowly, kind of goes because this is sort of like looking forward to spring. So that's where we're going because it was right there in my face, easy to grab. Okay, now all we need are some pearls. I didn't do much in the terms of lace and stuff just because it's really hard to get it to stick to that. Just doesn't want to. I could do another stop with the flowers already. Did I use a dye? No, no dyes. Um, the instructions, if you check the link below, the very first link, it gives these instructions. It takes you to the blog for Simply Simple Stamping, and she gives you the measurements, but I kind of did my own. You know, because you and I are like that way. It's like, yeah, let's just get a little rebellious here. I kind of want to do some ribbon right here. Where is it? I know I took some out. I took this stuff out too, but it's just a little bit too. Let's get this. What is this black on here? I don't know. I don't want it though because it's black. I don't want any black on here. No, I don't. No, no, no. Okay, Cordelia. Yeah, yeah, watch from the start because I kind of went by her short and it was very short. I know I have pearls. If I don't have pearls, there's something wrong with me. No, I have a ton of pearls. I just need to pick the right ones. I don't want heart-shaped pearls today. Oh, I could do gems too. Gems, she's truly outrageous. These are all my Trinity stamps, but I have a whole nother tray. A whole nother tray. And I think it has the pearls I want. It's got the pearls I'm looking for. Ooh, these diamonds. Ooh, no, I think I'm gonna go diamonds. Give me diamonds. Oh, that's fine. Thank you, Cordelia. That's sweet of you. Um, didn't I just get out the little? No, I didn't. Okay. Could put so much more on this. I could, but I'm not going to. I took out this little die to do these little butterflies, and then I have butterflies in my stash already made. Let's see if I have some little ones that will look decent on there. Ba, 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 ba. I want to go to Paper Ganza too, but it's not going to happen. Not now, probably not ever. Wrong color. Here we go. There's a good one. There's a nice little yellow one. There's a little foiled bee. I have butterflies out the wazoo, friends. I don't want pink. Maybe. Ooh, yeah. That one's pretty. Don't go too crazy now. This one kind of goes with the background. Maybe, maybe. Ooh, look at this one has sparkle on it. Nah, he doesn't go. That's enough butterflies. Stop. Stop it. Come here, you. Let's get some butterflies going on here. Get this little bee on here. Just kind of creeping out from the flower. I don't think I want this one. He's just, the color just doesn't suit me. Okay. Let's get some diamonds and call it done. Oh, wait. Before I do that, let's do bodies on the butterflies. And I'm going to do little white bodies. That'd be fun to go to Simon Says Create. Little white bodies. And now some jewels and we'll be done. Now I just don't know where I want to put any jewels inside, I guess. You know, I mean, for me, all those things are so far away. So, like to fly, absolutely not. I couldn't, well, I don't fly, first of all. But secondly, even if I did, I wouldn't have the money to pay for an airline ticket and a hotel and all that stuff. I know that lots of people have offered in the past to share a room with me and stuff, pick me up and all kinds of stuff, but I'm just so not people-y. And it isn't, I'm not stuck up, I promise. I'm just really, really shy in person. Like really shy. I'm a wallflower. I like that. Let's get some down here. I would like to go to that, the one that, where our Trinity Stamps people go, was in Seattle last year. I don't remember the name of it. It's not like an open to the public show, though. It's kind of a trade show type thing. NAFTA or NAMTA or I don't know. I don't want to say that wrong and be really embarrassed. Okay, so there it is. It is our stand-up card. So it'll stand up like that. If you set it down, it'll stand up. Or it will be a brat. There we go. Creativation, thank you. Yeah. I would go to Texas to see Bitty Penny. And then, so it closes up like this. You're still going to have to put it in a 5x7 envelope because this is a little tall on the tall side because I deviated from the original instructions. And then here's the back side. So just for fun, we did the back too. But thank you so much for coming and hanging out. I'll be back tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock to do my typical morning. And I'm working on ephemera because I got tired of my Disney. I got discouraged with my Disney thing, and so I just followed a friend's advice and put it away for another time. Anybody have any questions? Remember, Connie, her blog is listed very first in the description box below. Simply Simple Stamping, and you can download the original instructions from her blog. And then if you're a member on her channel, you can. She gives the step-by-step directions, but she also has a short video showing. Um, anyway, so yeah, I have a Disney journal going. but I got tired of it, so I just lost my motivation for it. It happens. See, here's the template that I created from her instructions, and that's kind of what we did there. Anyway, I thank you guys. Don't forget to leave me a thumbs up, all the good things. Oh, I understand. I totally understand, Toby. And I've been busy cooking. Yeah, I'm gonna do me. Take care, friends. Bye.